What if I told you that 2,000 years ago, people in ancient Mesopotamia might have known how to produce electricity? Not in massive power plants, not with complex wires, but inside a small, simple clay jar buried near Baghdad. This object is known today as the Baghdad Battery, and it challenges everything we think we know about ancient technology. It's a mystery that could rewrite history as we know it. In 1936, archaeologists digging near modern-day Baghdad, Iraq, unearthed a very strange artifact. It was a clay pot, roughly the size of your hand. Inside, they found a copper cylinder, and inside that, an iron rod, all sealed at the top with asphalt. At first glance, it didn't look like much, but when scientists examined its design more closely, they realized something absolutely shocking. Its structure was almost identical to a simple electric battery, what we call a galvanic cell. The theory is, if you fill this jar with an acidic liquid like vinegar or even wine, this strange little device could actually produce a small electrical charge. It's an idea so radical that it forces us to question just how advanced our ancestors really were. So how could it possibly work? It's all about basic chemistry. The iron rod and the copper cylinder act as two different types of metal, which we call electrodes. The acidic liquid, whether it's grape juice or vinegar, acts as the electrolyte. When these components come together, they create a chemical reaction that causes electrons to flow from one metal to the other. This flow of electrons is, by definition, an electric current. It's the exact same fundamental principle used in the batteries that power your remote control today. In fact, modern experiments using replicas of the Baghdad Battery have successfully produced up to 1 volt of electricity. Now, that's not enough to power a city, but it's certainly enough to create a noticeable tingle, electroplate metals, or perform other simple electrochemical tasks. This brings us to the biggest question of all. What was it actually used for? This is where the mystery really deepens and the theories get wild. One of the most popular ideas is that it was used for electroplating, a process of coating one metal with a thin layer of another, like covering a piece of copper jewelry with a beautiful thin layer of gold or silver. And interestingly, some ancient artifacts have been found with unusually even metal coatings that are very difficult to explain with other methods. Another fascinating theory suggests it was used in religious rituals. Imagine a priest in a temple touching a sacred metal statue and causing worshippers to feel a sudden tingling jolt. To them, it would feel like a direct connection to divine power, a miracle right before their eyes. Of course, there are skeptics who argue it wasn't a battery at all. They suggest it was simply a container for storing sacred scrolls made of papyrus or parchment. But here's the problem with that idea. It doesn't really explain why you would need an iron rod and a copper cylinder inside. So why does this little clay pot matter so much? If the Baghdad Battery really was an electrical device, it means that ancient civilizations were far more technologically advanced than we give them credit for. It would push back the official discovery of electricity by nearly 2 millennia. Long before scientists like Alessandro Volta or Thomas Edison came along. It opens up a much bigger, more profound question. How much ancient knowledge, how many incredible inventions have been lost to the sands of time? What other secrets are still buried, waiting to be rediscovered? So, what do you think? Was the Baghdad Battery definitive proof of ancient electricity, a forgotten technology from a brilliant past? Or is it just one of history's biggest misunderstandings? Let me know your theory in the comments below. I promise I read every single one. If you enjoy digging into ancient mysteries that challenge what we're told in history books, be sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because our next journey into the past might just rewrite everything you thought you knew. History is full of secrets, and we're just getting started uncovering them. Thanks for watching.